Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of Tea with Bree. So when I was making myself some tea, I decided I wanted to read to you guys this cute little quote. Okay, so my tea bags have these cute little quotes on the back of them, and I wanted to read you guys this quote because I thought it was really, really cute. However, I accidentally threw away my tea bag, so I had to spend like 15 minutes digging through my box of tea bags till I found the same quote, hoping that the same quote would be in there, and it was. So I wanted to read it to you guys and give you guys a little bit of food for thought. So, here we go. It says, change your thoughts and you change the world. And I thought that was a very good quote to read to you guys right now as everything is going on in the world and it's stressful. And I just wanted to tell you guys that maybe if you change the way you guys view things, I don't know if it's even focusing. Let's try this. There we go. So I thought, why not make a video? All my little pills are over there that really need to be up on my bed, but it's fine. We're just going to continue on with this video. But I figured that maybe if y'all change the way you view things, we would be able to be on the step to a better world and a more friendlier world, because I think that's what's needed right now. I think that we are living in a time of chaos, in a time of just complete and total ridiculousness, that everybody needs to change the ways they think, and let's think a little more positively in life, shall we? So, with that being said, without further ado, I would like to tell y'all about my trip to Dunkin' Donuts. I went to Dunkin' Donuts before one of my classes because I was like exhausted, and it was one of those like I am dragging and I don't even know if I'm going to make it through class awake. Like I might just end up falling asleep during class. So I decided I was going to go to Dunkin' Donuts on campus and grab a coffee, and then from there just go on to my class. I've seen investigation and it had a lab right afterwards. So I sat in class for an hour and then I had lab for 2 hours afterwards. So I was exhausted and I decided, you know what, I'm just going to go grab a coffee. So as I'm standing in line at the Dunkin' Donuts on my campus, there's this guy who's standing behind me, which I don't care. You know, he was quiet. He kind of kept to himself, and, you know, that's the type of people I like. So I'm standing in line waiting, and there's this huge sign on the side of the wall that says, if you have any allergens, to please let your cashier know, because Dunkin' Donuts has different allergens inside of the restaurant. Okay, you know, that's actually a very friendly reminder to people, because sometimes, you know, you just don't think to tell people. So I'm standing in line at Dunkin' Donuts, and I decided, you know what, I'm going to get a medium French vanilla swirl iced coffee with cream and sugar in it. Because so as I'm standing in line, the guy who's making the drinks decides to come up because he recognized me, and he was telling me about how I need to be careful because they do use coconut and stuff like that in this facility, and I need to just watch and make sure that when I order my drink I let my cashier know. I'm standing there and it's now my time to order, so I'm telling the lady who is in front of me, like my cashier, that I want a medium French vanilla swirl iced coffee with cream and sugar. And she's like, okay, that's fine. I said, now, I just want you to know, I'm allergic to coconut and nuts. I can't have any of that stuff near my drink. Said, okay, that's fine. I will let the guy who is making my drink know. So she's like, I will let him know, and you don't have to worry about it. So the guy who's standing behind me goes, oh my gosh, like really, really loud, right? Can this girl have any more of a specific order? For the love of God, if you wanted a specific order, you should have just gone to Starbucks. You shouldn't have been coming to Dunkin' Donuts. And I'm just standing there like, oh my gosh, like, buddy, back up for a second. Like, just hold up. So I'm standing there, and of course, I'm being the type of person that I am, looked over at the guy, and I said, well, I said, had you have known that I had food allergies, this might have been a different story. And he goes, well, even if you had food allergies or not, if I was the one who's making your drink, I would still use the same stir. I wouldn't worry about any of that stuff because it's not that big of a deal. Not that big of a deal? Buddy, let me tell you something how big of a deal it is. I could have died had somebody use the same stir. Like, you know, I could have had an allergic reaction. I'm not trying to put myself through that. So this guy has then decided that he was just going to be the grumpiest of men and make life even more difficult. So as he's going in the line now, I'm standing on the opposite side waiting for my drink, and I could hear him ordering. And little Mr. Sassy Pants over here decides that he's going to go and order his drink. So he wants a large caramel something or macchiato, something like that. I don't know. It was weird girly drink that he ordered. And he goes, and I don't have to worry about the stir touching, so you can go ahead and use the same stir. Excuse you? Like, who do you think you are? Like, let me just back up for a second. So I was like, oh, so this is how we're going to play this game. Okay. So as I'm standing there waiting for my drink, this guy now orders his drink, and he comes over. He's standing next to me, and he's like, oh, he goes, did you hear that? I can use the same stir, so I hope they use the same stir in your drink. And I looked at him, and I said, well, sir, I'm sorry you feel that way. And he just kind of like looked at me for a second and was like, oh, you have a food allergy? Well, why didn't you say so? Now I feel like such an idiot. If had I known you had a food allergy, I wouldn't have made any of these comments in the first place. And I'm just standing there like, I told you like 5 seconds ago that I had a food allergy, and that's why my order was so specific. Not that I have to explain myself to you, but I mean for the love of God. Like, for the love of God. So that was my experience at Dunkin. I was not too happy. I was actually very irritated. So you guys, if you're ever out and about somewhere and somebody is ordering something that's like very specific, just be aware that they might actually have a food allergy. So don't be too like harsh on them. And if they're asking you if something has certain ingredients, they might have food allergies. So actually like really look into those ingredients. Don't just say no just to please the person. So if y'all like this video, be sure to give this a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button over, I think it's going to be over here, and be sure to be on the lookout for a new video because there will be a new one coming soon. So I'll see y'all next time.